Hey everyone, I know it's been forever since I've done an update, so I'm finally getting around to doing it. I'm so sorry. Just with her and my wifely task around the house, you know, you just get caught up in everything. But this will be my 2-month postpartum update, and there's not too much to update on. I guess I'll go ahead and throw breastfeeding in with this. There's not too much with that either. But I also plan on doing Kaelyn's 2-month update. And I really haven't done many videos for her. Just, you know, it's kind of overwhelming at the beginning with the newborn. But I plan on doing hers, and I'm going to kind of, I guess, cover from birth up until now, 2 months. And then I'm also doing a cloth diaper video, just with how cloth diapering a newborn has gone, what's worked for us, what hasn't, and the fits of everything, and all that good stuff. So that should be a fun one. But I'll go ahead and talk about me with my postpartum. Last time I did an update was 1 month postpartum, and I think then I was just saying how I'm pretty much back to normal, no issues, anything like that. And now we're, pretty much the same. I really don't have much to say. I'm doing great. I feel fabulous. I really don't even feel like I've just had a baby. Everything's back to normal, I think. I am still down 20, so I still have the 9 pounds to go, and I think it might have even been the same at 1 month. I don't remember. So I gained 29 pounds throughout the whole pregnancy, and I've lost 20. So I think the rest of it is just going to be me actually having to get my lazy butt in action and doing something to burn those last pounds off. But I'm really not too concerned about it. I'm fine with the way I am right now. Because before I got pregnant, you know, trying to conceive, you're trying to get your body in tip-top shape, you're working out, you're eating right, you're doing this, you're doing that. So I think I was in pretty good, shape and health, when I got pregnant. So I'm fine where I am right now. Belly measurement was 32.5. I did it before this video. I haven't done that in a while, so I was curious to see what it was. The day that I had her, I measured at 41 inches. I did have my 6 weeks postpartum appointment, and that went great. Doctor said that where I tore and had the stitches, that healed beautifully. Everything looked great. Everything on the inside is back to normal for that stage. He gave us the green light, for anything we want, and so we have been intimate since then and no issues. So I was really nervous about it. I don't know, it's just, I guess just the thought, because what all went down there, but it wasn't bad at all. So that was a huge relief, and especially to my husband, because after so long he's going crazy. You know how men are. Since I am breastfeeding, I haven't had a period or anything like that. I don't know when that comes, even if you aren't breastfeeding, but I haven't had anything like that. I know that this comes from TTC and during pregnancy, checking down there, making sure everything's fine. But I have noticed the last week or so, I've noticed some EWCM, and I don't know if that's just my body being normal, because when I was trying to conceive, I did have long cycles, and I had a lot of the EWCM in different patches. So I don't know. I don't know if I would be ovulating now with breastfeeding or what's going on. But, whatever. I don't even know why I'm paying attention to it. It's just habit, I guess, now. I did get on the mini pill, the progesterone only pill, for our method of birth control right now. I did do the charting with my temperature and cervical mucus and all that kind of stuff when I was trying to conceive, but it was stressful because of my long cycles, and it was never the same. And with the newborn, that's the last thing that I want to worry about right now. And with my husband, condoms are, not an option for us. So it was the best thing. My doctor said, he did recommend Mirena, maybe? I don't know, but something along that matter. But he said if you were wanting to try for another baby, have another baby within 2 or 3 years, then he wouldn't recommend that one. That this would be his recommendation. So that's what we're doing. I started them about a week ago. I didn't start them right away. I don't know. I was just kind of, I don't know, I didn't feel like I wanted to yet. But, you know, if we are going to be active, then, you know, I do want to prevent for now. So I am on the mini pill, the progesterone only. I guess that's all for my postpartum. I'm feeling good. Yeah. As far as breastfeeding goes, I have physically not had any issues with the breastfeeding. It kind of was a little rough for me towards the beginning because I did get the mastitis and I was getting some plunk ducts and engorgement quite often. But now I think everything's pretty much balanced out. Kaelyn is sleeping more throughout the night and going on longer stretches sometimes. So I do wake up sometimes in the morning and it's been 7 hours that she's been asleep and I have not nursed, and my breasts are just so engorged and hard and full and just starting to leak and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, some people recommended, you know, maybe you should pump before you go to bed or pump, you know, during the night. I don't know. I'm not going to wake up if my baby's not waking up. You know, I'm going to get that sleep, and I don't want to pump if you never know when she's going to wake up and when she's not. So I don't want to pump, and then 20 minutes later, her wake up and want to eat. So I'm just, you know, doing my thing, and then when she wakes up, I feed her. We do the block feeding. You know, one breast each feeding, and then I immediately pump the other, and then, you know, that's what we do. I've been pumping pretty much one time a day, unless I feel engorged or full, or she's going on a longer stretch and I feel like I need to pump, then I will. But right now I'm pumping once a day, and I do have a decent freezer stash right now. I will be going back to work at the beginning of December, unfortunately, and I will be pumping at work, so I'm not concerned about my stash that I will have for her for when I go back to work. She is nursing, I'd say average 10 minutes. She is not a pacifier on the breast. She does not want to just sit there and suckle. She wants to get on, eat, and she's done. She does not want to just hang out there. Which is nice, but sometimes I wonder, you know, is she, you know, okay with that? But apparently she is. But sometimes she'll go maybe 7-8 minutes, and sometimes she might even go 15. But she gets on, she does her thing, and she's done. I think she's a strong sucker and gets a lot at one time. Just in the last couple weeks, I've noticed her getting fussy when she is nursing, where she'll eat for a few minutes, pull off. Sometimes it is when my letdown occurs, and it is forceful at times, and so she'll pull off and there it goes squirting. I don't know where, but she pulls off, she kind of gets choked up, and then she goes back on. And but the last couple weeks, she's just been getting fussy every now and then when she's eating, and for like a few days straight, it was awful. Like she would be hungry, she would want to eat, she would latch on, not too long, she'd pull off, be turning her head side to side, flowing her arms, arching her back, and it's just been, for a few days straight, it was every single feeding. And then after that, it wasn't every single one, but it was happening often. And I will go in more detail on that when I do her update, because we did have our 2-month checkup the other day, and I will go in what we talked about with the pediatrician and everything like that. So, but I mean, as far as latch, my supply, everything like that, it's going great. I'm so glad that it's going as well as it is, and she's getting the nutrition. We did use bottles for the wedding that I was in. We had to travel out of town for about 5 hours, and it was a busy weekend, and I didn't have much of an opportunity to feed her, and I was in the wedding. You know, we're doing the rehearsal dinner, bridal luncheon, getting ready before wedding, reception. It's a lot, and so I didn't have the chance to nurse her as often. So my mom and husband were there, and they were giving her bottles of my breast milk, of course. And she took the bottle pretty well. At first she was kind of hesitant about it, but then she was taking it pretty good, but she sucked it down so quick. And I mean, we have the newborn, you know, like the slowest flow nipple, so she'll have to work for it more, but she's a strong sucker on the breast anyways. So imagine with the bottle. So at first she would kind of get choked up. She would get so much so quick and burp or spit up a little bit. And then she would want more. So, you know, they'd give her a little more. And then I think she would be too full and spit up because she had too much in her. And then one night when I got home, back to the hotel, you know, she acted like she was hungry. She had just gotten her bath, and so I fed her, and my boobs were engorged. So, I mean, there's a lot of milk there and came out probably pretty strong. But she sat there and nursed for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and she rarely does that. And not too much before that, she'd had a bottle. So I think she was just overjoyed to be on the breast and ended up eating way more than what she needed. Because she was just fussy early morning time, and then when I finally got her, I laid her in the bed with me, and she was still fussy. I sat her up, and then she ended up, this wasn't just a spit up thing going on, she actually like threw up a bunch of milk. Like, this wasn't just a little spit up, it had a different smell to it. So I think she got way too much milk the night before, and where else can it go? So but yeah, I mean, every now and then she gets a bottle, she takes them okay. Every now and then it's kind of like, well, I'm hungry, but not that hungry, so I'm not going to take it. And then when she definitely gets hungry, she's going to take it. So we're trying to incorporate them a little bit more for when she is in daycare or whoever's watching her while I go back to work, so she can get used to it. But yeah, I mean, I guess as far as breastfeeding and my 2-month postpartum goes, if you have any questions, leave them below and I will address them the best I can. And I will hopefully today get the update on Kaelyn done. And I'll probably do that when she wakes up from her nap, and so she'll be in the video. And then I also want to get the cloth diaper update done. So, all right, see you guys later. Bye.